1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
10 in the face, slim in the waist. 10 in the face, slim in the waist. 10 in the face, slim in the waist. Do you wanna taste? Do you wanna taste?
Check it, not from the bay, but I can make you go hype. Your girl won't like me, but your boy might wife me. Do the right thing, just like your name was Spike Lee. Ain't gotta do much to write in checks like Nike.
Okay, ready? What's good, y'all? It's your girl, Miss Nessa, aka Blasian Mommy, and this is episode 6 of the Realness Podcast, a podcast about living life through the lens of a Blasian. So, to all my newbies, this is a guest-based show where we get to converse on everyday topics, whether it be from work, school, girl talk, or whatever the trend is in the media. It is what it is. We're gonna talk about it. So, with that being said, today I have a special guest. And her name is
Amelia Christie. Hi.
Hey, yeah, the whole government, the
You know,
government.
Y'all can look me up. I'm
Hey.
a photographer,
Hey.
a videographer. My
Okay.
Instagram is Millie Photography 22. That's MILLI Photography 22. So you guys can follow me on there.
Baby's ready.
Yeah.
Baby is ready. Okay. So, Miss Amelia, how do we meet?
Okay. Golly.
I feel so like
I'm
old.
no.
Dang, put dubs on it.
I feel old. No, I feel old.
Oh,
I
my
feel
God.
not you. So you're always like 25 to me.
Hey,
But yes, me and Vanessa met back when I was like 16, and I was at the center she worked at, the rec center, and I was a teen, just moved in, just like trying to. My mom, she was super like. Well, she wanted us to be in activities. She was like, y'all better go to the rec center. And so we went, and I met Vanessa, and she's just been like a big sis slash mentor slash homie slash like advice giver. Like she's just a homie. So that's, yeah.
How old are you now, though? So they're not like, oh, she's still a teenager?
No, I am 21 years old.
Hey.
So, if you want to, I could drink now.
Oh,
well, legally.
She said legally.
I can go to the club now. So, yeah, I feel like I'm good now. Cool with everybody. And, yeah.
So 5 years? Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
We were just talking about we were talking about some college stuff at work yesterday, and my boss, I'm not gonna say her name obviously, but she had mentioned your name, but she was talking about Elena.
Oh, okay.
But she was like, Amelia something, and I was just like, what? She was like, yeah, isn't this like her like second year of college? I'm like, no,
I'm done.
right? I'm like, nah, she graduated, and then I was like, I think you're talking about Elena. She's like, oh yeah, my bad.
Yeah.
But she's going into her third year, right?
Yeah, but she's transferring to U of A. She was at Northern Arizona, but now she's going to the University of Arizona in Tucson. She just moved there. So shout out to Elena. Like, congrats. She got a house. She's moving in with her boyfriend, and she's just living it up. So I'm
Right.
really proud of her. Like, so she's doing big things out there. She's a manager at Dollar Tree too in Tucson. So that's her hustle. So.
That's what's up. And yeah, so she was actually supposed to be on this show too. I was supposed to have both of them as a guest, but life happens.
She just moved last week, so.
Yes. Shout out to her
Yes.
with her little crazy self.
Oh, gosh. I miss her so much. But.
Aw, yeah, because you guys are like besties.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so our first segment, my first segment, I'm so used to the pod with Jiggas Up, so ours, us, we, all that, it's weird when it's just me. So for my first segment, it's called For the Culture, and it's an icebreaker game. So what I do is I have my guests spin a wheel, and I'm ghetto, so I have them spin the twister wheel.
Oh, Lord.
I keep saying I'm gonna. You're not gonna play twister. Don't worry about it. I keep saying that I'm gonna go get a spinner off of Amazon, because I tried to make it. You would think working 13 and a half years with children that I could be somewhat creative. And that ain't the case. Not artsy anyways. And I tried to make one, and my coworker was like, that ain't it. So he was like, why don't you use the twisted one for now and then go order yours? I was like, all right, cool. 6 episodes later, and I still have not
So
gotta
how do
twist.
I know which game is like left foot? Like is that like
No, so basically there's 4 colors, so it doesn't matter the left foot, right foot, whatever. It's just what color it lands on, and that would determine which game you play.
Okay.
So the 4 games, I know there's 3 here, but the 4 games or questions that you'll play is either Would You Rather, Black Card Revoke, We Love the 90s, and just random questions that I got on my phone.
Okay.
So with that being said,
all right, here I go.
let's see what color you
Is there
get.
gonna be like a little sound effect, like bling, like something like that? All right, my phone gotta be on it. Okay, I'm spinning.
All right.
And it landed on red.
Okay,
what's
so
red?
red is Black Card Revoked.
Okay.
So I pre-picked 4 random questions
Okay.
because I didn't feel like digging through the box.
Oh God.
So 2 of the questions are going to be right or wrong.
Okay.
And then the other 2, because we're going to ask 4, or I'm going to ask 4. See, there I go. And the other 2 is going to be based off of what you feel is the correct answer. So there's no real right or wrong answer.
Can I explain my answer?
Yeah,
Okay.
of course.
All right.
And it's called Black Card Revoke. So I guess the ones that you don't know,
I ain't
then
black.
people might question you.
Okay.
All right. So first one. So first question: Who taught you how to spell the word independent?
IND. Oh, sorry.
Okay. I guess I know your answer.
Okay.
A teacher. B, Little Webby. C, Destiny's Child. Or D, Little Boosie.
I'm pretty sure Lil Boozy was saying I was a Lil Boozy or Lil Webby. I know it was one of them.
So this is one of the questions that there's no real right or wrong answer.
they
So
all-
it's,
yeah.
so it's whatever you.
But honestly, my mom taught me because my mom was a teacher. Like she taught me how to spell. But I learned again, when them songs came out, and I just from that day on, I just knew how to spell independent.
So what is your final answer?
Lil
Because you
Boozy.
said you gave me like 3, 3 out of the 4.
Well, I
answers.
feel like the right answer is it Lil Boozy. Lil Boozy. I'll say Lil Boozy. I think it's Lil Boozy.
Little Boozy.
Yeah.
It was Little Webby's song, and it was Little Webby that did the hook,
I thought
right?
it was Lil. Okay, maybe I'm mixing it up, but he was in
He
it.
was in it,
Okay,
but he wasn't the one doing
singing
it.
it. Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
so
okay,
it was
okay.
Webby. Okay.
All right. You didn't get a half a point. Damn. Thank you.
All right, next question. This one's a right or wrong answer.
Oh, okay.
What does the word thought stand for?
That whole. Oh, I keep answering.
Ready? It's okay. A, twerking hoes on tempo.
Hey,
B, toxic hoes of tomorrow.
damn.
C, that hoe over there.
Uh-huh.
Or D, temporary hoe on time.
It's definitely that hole over there, but that is funny. I want to. What is it? Toxic. What? Read that again.
Toxic hoes of tomorrow.
I need that. That could be like all my ex-girlfriends are toxic hoes of tomorrow. So yeah, love that.
A fun fact.
No offense to y'all.
Fun fact, I never knew what thought stood for. Like the actual
Really?
acronym. I never knew.
I learned from Twitter.
See, I'm the only one that's not on Twitter. I used to be on Twitter back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't been on it since Instagram came out. Like
love
I
Twitter.
hopped on Instagram and never looked back. That's crazy. I never knew that.
Yeah.
All right. Next question. This is another no right or wrong answer. Okay.
Okay.
If it's a bad hair day, what should a woman do? A, rock what your mama gave her. B, wear a hat. C, wear a wrap or scarf. Or D, stay home.
Can we do E, all the above? Okay. I feel like the answer on there might be like wear a scarf, but I like when I first started my logs, like they did not look this cute. Like they were looking rough. So I used to wear scarves. I used to wear hats, but yeah, I would do that. Like that's what I would do. I'd wear a scarf or a hat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, there's no right or wrong answer. So every answer is the right answer.
Okay.
Last but not least,
Oh God, you laughing like that?
what is Mike Jones' phone number? I can't give the answers because I would sing it and I would give it away.
I feel like I'm too young for this. I know
too
there's
young for
another
you,
one.
bro.
If you ask me what Soldier Boy's phone number, I could tell you, but I don't know.
What's Soldier Boy's number?
678-999-8212. I know that one. I think I was like probably in elementary school when this one came out, so I don't know.
Elementary school, damn.
What's the song? Mike Joe? I don't even like. I don't.
8004.
I don't know that.
Yes, so it's 281-330-8004. So he sang it. And what song was that? Which one? And multiple songs. Okay, what are some of the songs?
Wait,
I think
what was that song? She said Still Tipping.
Oh, yes. Oh, he did. Mm-hmm. Still Tipping. And he did it in... What was the other song? No, he did, but he did do it in a... Oh, yeah. Yeah. I figured, I was like, maybe she's too young for this. But then she said, I know Soldier Boy's number. You don't get a phone.
I love Soldier Boy. He's crazy, but Soldier Boy, unpopular opinion, like Soldier Boy, like he earned his right to be crazy because I was in elementary school, middle school, listening to Soldier Boy, and that's when like MySpace was popping and like YouTube was popping, and like if it wasn't for him, like, you know, these other rappers probably would just be honest. I'm just being real. Like, you know, he started the whole YouTube stuff and like, you know, getting people on board with that. I think that's pretty cool.
For sure. Draco.
Oh my God.
All right. So quick lift. Okay, so the plug. Quick lift club. I can't even talk. Quick lift plug. If you are looking to make extra money on the side or want a discount on a ride, use my discount code Vanessa3. Can't even talk.
We got it for you.
It's been a long day. No way. Damn.
Man, that's a lot. This car ain't started.
Let me try that again. My discount code is Vanessa334087. Again, that's Vanessa, VANESSA 334087. Also, if you are looking for promo and would like for me to help spread the word on my show, send me an email or simply slide in my DMs. Now, back to our regular scheduled program. I cannot. All right. So this next segment is called Amazing Blasian. So this is where I shout out someone every single week that is a fellow Blasian, and it can either be a celebrity or someone that I personally know that you may not have known that were mixed. So today's Amazing Blasian is Shana Paul.
I love Sean. I like how you did a Jamaican Asian because I'm Jamaican.
See,
I love that.
I try to do it. There was actually a couple more, but I was like, I'm just gonna go with him. Just some nostalgic moment type stuff.
Love Sean Paul.
So Sean Paul is a Jamaican hip hop recording artist and producer. Most of his albums have been nominated for the Grammys Best Reggae Album with Dirty Rock. I suck at the accent, but whatever. But that won an award. He was best known for his singles Get Busy and Temperature, which topped the charts in the United States. Sean has also been featured in many other singles, including chart toppers such as Baby Boy by Beyonce. Some honorable mentions: I'm Still in Love and Give It Up to Me, a song by Keisha Cole for the Step Up movie soundtrack. Any songs of his that you...
I love all the songs you named. Get Busy. That's one of my favorite songs because when I was younger, so I have a big Jamaican family. Like my mom has 6 siblings. Yeah, so all my aunts, like they used to have these parties, especially my auntie Andra, and my cousin Richard was a DJ too. So I remember this one party, like it was so lit. I was like 8 in there, but I didn't. My mom was like, "Oh, doing songs." So I was like, "I'm gonna go party with the big people," you know. It was like dancing and stuff, and like they played "Get Busy," and like it was
Oh,
just
my
so
gosh.
lit. Like I've never, and I was so young, and yeah, like Jamaicans, like we, you know, like if your parents are in distance, like you're good, you're supervised. Maybe not 8. Okay, maybe not 8. What year did it come out?
I don't know,
Can you
but
Google
damn,
it?
8.
Hold on.
Fact check.
Let me
Do your
Google
Googles.
it.
Do
So
your
maybe I
Googles.
wasn't 8. Maybe I wasn't 8. I just know I was young. Okay, Get Busy release date. Oh, it came out in 2002. Wait. Ooh, I'm not even gonna say how old I was then.
Was it younger than 8?
I was 5.
Oh my gosh.
It was 2002. I was 5.
A bitch feel hella old right now.
I mean, at least I said 8. You know, like, y'all should have took 8. Whoa, I was 5. Well, I was 8. I was older at that party. So
I was getting ready
it
to
was-
graduate in 2 years, and you was
in 2002.
barely getting into kindergarten.
Yeah,
That's
I
crazy.
was, but I still remember that. And,
Over there trying to get busy.
I was
on
I
the
was
dance
like,
floor.
I was dancing on there. I don't care. My mom, she knew where I was at.
She
knew
said
where I was.
IDK. If you don't
knew where
knock
I
it off with that.
Wanga, sit on. That's what my mom was like. Wanga, sit on. Like, you know, just.
I love your mom.
Oh
I
my
love
gosh,
your mom.
that woman.
That's
Ooh,
what
she should be on the show. That's
Oh my gosh,
she will
she's
give
a
some.
character.
She's so funny, and if you guys meet my sister Elena, like
She's a
if both my Elena and my mom together, they could just have their own show. Like it's just
They should.
they
It would
should.
be funny. I definitely would
be.
tune in.
So whenever that happens, I'll let you guys know. You know, but I don't know.
That's crazy. Speaking of dancing, we actually did. We danced to. Was it Get Busy? No. Was it? Oh, Give Me the Light.
Oh, yeah,
We
just Give
we
Me
danced
the
to Give Me the Light, and I remember because
Yeah.
like. It was dope.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ashley. This girl, Ashley, when I was in high school, she choreographed our dances, and
Nice.
she was dope as hell. And in a quick story time. So, like as I mentioned earlier, Beyonce and Sean Paul did a song called "Baby Boy," and we were practicing so that we could dance at the what's it called, for a rally at school, and we had to show our dance in front of the what the hell is that called? I've been having a brain fart all day
Well,
today.
like the teachers. Or?
ASB.
Oh,
so it was
ASB,
the
yeah, yeah,
ASB, the woman in charge or whatever, right?
Okay.
So we had to show her a dance, and she was just like, "Oh, the words are too inappropriate. You guys have to change the song." And we're just like, "Baby boy, you stay on my mind." Like I don't see it, but whatever. So we got the instrumental,
Okay.
did it again, and then she was like, "Oh no, your guys' dance is too inappropriate, so you guys just can't do it no more." So we were just like, "Fuck it, whatever. We're just not gonna do it." I kid you not, I cannot make this up. We go to the rally. The cheerleaders in their little booty skirts, skirts, whatever you call it. Why was they dancing to Uncle Luke?
So
And then you
they
see
were
her in the corner, like
twerk music.
she was like an older white lady, like yes, they were dancing to Scarred. Yes, but we couldn't dance to Baby Boy. I cannot make this shit
Maybe
up.
because no, I don't
in
even
little
know.
booty skirts, and we
Yeah.
couldn't even. You know the
Right.
dance for Baby Boy?
Yeah.
We were doing her dance,
Yeah.
fully clothed,
Yeah.
but we can't dance to. But they was dancing to Uncle Luke in booty shorts, bending over, and she was over there having time. I'm telling you, man, I love my high school, but at the same time, shit was whack.
Yeah.
Shit was whack.
happens.
Yeah. That's life, though.
Yeah.
But anywho, back to Sean Paul. Fun fact: before launching his musical career, Sean played for the national water polo team from the age of 13 to 21. I didn't know that.
Me neither.
He is Afro-Caribbean, Portuguese, and Chinese Jamaican, with his paternal grandfather who is from Portugal, and his paternal grandmother, who was Afro-Jamaican, and his mother is of English and Chinese Jamaican descent. His IG handle is at Duttypaul, Duttypaul, and that's that. But yeah, I didn't know that he had Asian in him.
Yeah, I knew definitely because in Jamaica, I've been, my whole family, like my mom's side and my dad's side, fully Jamaican. So, and my cousins are Blasian. Like my aunt, her first marriage, he was Chinese Jamaican. Like he legit just looked Chinese, but he had a whole Jamaican accent, and they lived in New York. And then my cousin Tiffany and Travis, they're both Blasian, and Travis is I think he's in the army, and then my cousin Tiffany, I feel like y'all would get along if you met her. Y'all, like, you guys remind me of each other. But she usually comes to LA because she's really into sneakers. She comes to like Sneaker Con or like Sneaker. There's like a con for sneakers. She comes here to LA every year. But yeah, it's a lot. It's more common than you think. Even at my great grandmother's funeral in Jamaica, the pastor was Chinese Jamaican, and he looked like just like a, no offense, but stereotypical Chinese man. And like I was just like, okay. And then he starts talking, and I'm like, whoa, like like it's crazy. Yeah, but yeah. So there's a lot of Asians and especially they came to Jamaica to like start businesses and stuff like that, and then the people started meeting the locals, and then Blasians, so like we love like all cultures in Jamaica, so we love everybody.
Yo, I went to Jamaica twice. That second time we went to this like one of the like housekeepers from the Airbnb we were staying at. Nice house. Yeah. Nice house. Then right down the street she lived, and she was like, oh, we're having a fish fry. It was like a hole in the wall spot.
Yeah,
like
they're all
it was like crazy, and they were just frying outside. Yep. But
that's so good.
They went and they got some fresh lobster. Like they caught it right then and there.
Yep.
They were still alive. Yep. Like my homegirl had pictures holding them while they were still alive. They like cooked it and bomb.
It's so good, and it's so fresh.
Bomb.
It's like
so fresh,
the taste,
buttery.
It's not like no Red Lobster. It's like Jamaican lobster, Jamaican seafood, Jamaican food, like in general. Like someone just killed it, like that day. So it's fresh catch. Like I remember. Okay, this might be a little gross, but we go. Jamaicans, we go curry goat is Mark. What you looking like that? Goat is bomb, but ever since I was a kid, in the backyard they had to slice the head off, and then we ate it. But everybody ate. It was fun. He lived a good life. Like he was a good dinner. So shout out to that goat. Loved it.
So did you eat like oxtail and stuff?
Yeah,
right?
You know what? To be honest, I've never had. Me and my mom were just talking about this. We never eat oxtail in Jamaica.
Really?
Like we only eat oxtail like at home or in New York, but in Jamaica we're always eating fish or jerk chicken because there's like jerk chicken stands. People just doing it right there. Yeah. So I never had oxtail in Jamaica, but we always eat oxtail at home. So I always thought that was weird. So I gotta like try it. But I know my grandma, like she'll make it, but she lives in Florida, so but the food, if you guys haven't been to Jamaica yet, it's a must. Like you could take, friends, family. Like there's certain places that are safe to go. Right now, it's from what my mom and my family's been telling me that right now it's not really the safest time. But if you go to a resort and you have a good group with you, you should be fine. It should be fun.
So really quick, what part of Jamaica are you guys from? And then we'll go into the topic of the night.
Okay, so my dad is from Kingston, and my mom is from St. Mary, and they're like opposites. Like St. Mary, Port Maria is the country. They just call it country. So they like, me, I go country. So that means like, we're going to the country. So it's so beautiful there. That's where my great grandmother is buried, next to her husband in the backyard. And like, one of our traditions, like my great grandfather loves Jamaican white rum. Yeah, in the backyard. Yeah, so literally, I'll show you after the show. But yeah, so we leave a bottle of rum out, a bottle of white rum, Ray and Nephews. If you guys never had it, my boyfriend like is an advocate for Wray nephews. It'll cure any kind of thing you got, like, and it'll get you drunk as hell. Like, I can cuss on here. It gets you drunk as fuck. Like, you can have 2 shots of Wray nephews and you're out. Have you had it, Vanessa?
No.
You didn't have any in Jamaica?
I don't.
It was like a clear bottle and it has like a yellow label.
I don't know. Because, okay, when I went the first time, we were staying at a resort.
Mm-hmm.
And I just had pina colada, and I would always ask for white rum.
Yeah,
but like I never seen the bottle.
it was probably that
okay.
Because white rum, we just call it white rum. Like I just started calling it Wray nephews because my boyfriend called it. I was like, just white rum, like it's just white rum. But yeah. So we leave a bottle out for my grandpa, and it's gone in the morning. He drinks it. Or it evaporates probably, but he drinks it and we leave it out for him, because that's like our family. Like we welcome him. Mark, stop looking at me like that. That's my great grandfather. Like he's not gonna hurt us. He, you guys, like ancestors are your spirit guides. If you don't like support them, like even in their death, like they ain't gonna help guide you your way. Like look at me, you know what I'm saying? Your ancestors, you know, don't they don't do nothing. They don't do nothing.
Don't vote.
They don't. He's nice. Well, so we're family. I don't know about y'all.
Hey, come to the backyard. We're about to go kill a goat.
Come on. Come on, it's fine. Come on.
You stupid. All right. So for tonight's topic of the night, we're going to talk about trying to live and survive in San Diego.
Oh, yes. I got stories for these.
So literally a week ago, you and I had a heart-to-heart. We always have dope conversations. Let's start it off with that. But last week we was just on one and we was like we was talking about
everything. Like
I was thinking we was talking about, okay, I don't know if
you could tell. I don't care. Yeah,
we was talking about going to Yuma and stripping and making money.
I'm saying that one.
Okay, that's
no playing. It's fine.
I hope your boyfriend don't hear this and get mad because I would never steer her wrong. No. I would be the one stripping. She would just pimp. No, I'm just like, I'm the pimp. Stop it. Hey, they don't need licenses over there in Yuma. Just
Arizona, not in Cali though. Not here. And I know too many people out
definitely
here.
Definitely not.
Yeah,
can't shit where you eat.
Yeah, exactly.
Nope.
But yeah.
So we were just talking about how it's been a struggle. The struggle's been real, and just it seems like life's been getting the best of us, right? But exactly a week from now, I hear nothing but positive things on the way here. So I was just like, oh, we got to definitely talk about it tonight. Because honestly, because technically we were supposed to record last week and I had a whole different outline and was about to talk about some other stuff. We might still talk about it, but this is too good to not talk about. Right. So,
it's perfect timing. Yeah.
So first off, I want to congratulate you on your 4 freaking interviews in 1 week.
Yeah, I had
literally
week. Every day of the week. I'm working at I'm not even going to tell. I'm not going to put the name.
You don't have to put
but I'm working at a terrible company called and they're trash. So they promised me full-time summer camp position, and I was like on board. I quit my job at Sprouts. I was like, all right, I'm ready. This is what I love. I love kids, Then I start working there, and they're like, oh, we don't actually have camps like this week or next week. So, you don't have anything. So I'm like, okay. So I quit a job just to not work. So luckily, I have experience from working at Chick-fil-A, and I love Chick-fil-A to death. Worked there for a year. And I applied for 2 other Chick-fil-A's, one in Poway and one in Santee. And Poway called me back, said they want me, and I'm waiting to hear from Santee. And I want to, since working there again, I won't be just a regular team member. I'll be a lead and be able to move up and maybe own my own Chick-fil-A one day. I'm trying to get in that mindset just so, even though I'm an artist, I feel like artists aren't just like one thing. Like I gotta have different revenues of money coming in. You know, if I'm good at something, yes. Like if you guys are good at something and you know you love it, it's not. A lot of people who are artists want to just be like, I want to do art full time. That's it. I thought I wanted to do that. I really did. I was working on doing that, but it's smart. It's great if you're that passionate about it, like go for it. But if you know that there's some things you want to work on, if you have another thing that you're good at, I say you should master that as well as your skill, because like why just have one thing when you can be talented in different ways? And then from a business point of view, people don't really know you're an artist, and then you tell them, they're like, oh my gosh, you're doing this and you're an artist, like that is so cool. And it just adds more to yourself. And like when you're with another company and then you're an artist as well, if say your coworker's having a wedding or your coworker's having a baby shower, hey, I need a photographer, hey Amelia, you know, you're right here, you know, if I'm not, you know. So that's what I've been trying to do, like, and especially like after I finished college, I was just trying to take a step back and like see like what am I good at, like what are my strengths and weaknesses, let's just incorporate all of them. I don't have to be a one trick pony. Like I do everything, and I'm not afraid to do it. So yeah. Confidence.
So excited.
Thank you.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
So rewind to last week. What was something different that happened from then to now, literally 7 days later?
Okay, so literally I started like, okay, I was broke last week, literally a week ago. I had $0, y'all. Like if you had asked me,
you had $4.
Okay, I had a couple, like $4, and I was just living. I was just like, you know what? I just can't go nowhere. Like nobody asked me to eat or do nothing because I ain't got money. I only got money for weed, and that's it. So that's all I paid for. So I was like, you know what? Let me get my mind right. Let me just think. Like I got some interviews coming up. Just relax. I applied for a loan, my first personal loan, and I got it granted. And honestly, like being 21, like we don't really know like everything yet. Like I didn't know I could just ask my bank for money. Like I mean, I know I got to pay it back, but I didn't even know that was an option. And just listening to like my parents, my dad was explaining like, you know, you could do this, and then talking to Vanessa as well, just helping me with staying positive. She told me about the binaural beats or something like that on YouTube. So it's basically this thing on YouTube. There's different ones, and it's just music, like spa music, I guess. That's the closest thing I can compare it to. And you could just play it while you're sleeping or while you're like meditating or reading or doing whatever, just in the background. And it just helps your thoughts, like just your subconscious, like is just clear. And literally just a week of doing that, I kid you not, I get a bunch of interviews that I didn't even like expect to get. And every single interview, they liked me. And I know it's partly because of me, you know, but at the same time, like my mindset changed. Like instead of panicking, you know, once you panic, it makes everything worse. If you just come to anywhere, it doesn't even matter where you're at. You could be going to Walmart for all I know. If you go in there with a good attitude, like you're going to get something good in return. Yes. That's just how the universe works, you know. But and literally in a week, like got approved for the loan, found out I got the job. And then also when I finished my documentary, which I'm almost finished with, I get another thing of money. So things are, once you change that mindset, oh, like you got it.
Do you want to briefly talk about your documentary that you're working on?
Yeah, I'll talk about it because, you know, I want it to be shared anyway. So since about March, I've been working on a documentary with my friend Danae. I met her through my parents. She's military. She was pregnant at the time, and the baby had a form of like this disease where her bones really brittle. It's a form of dwarfism as well called osteogenesis imperfecta type 2, which is lethal. And
I couldn't even pronounce that.
Yeah, I got it. I remember. I just hear it all the time. But like they told her, you know, she's probably gonna live for like a day, a couple hours. She lived for 12 days, and the name of the documentary is called 12 Perfect Days, and it's just her journey. I followed her from when she was like, I think 37 or 35 weeks pregnant till after the baby. And it was just a beautiful journey. It was sad. But at the same time, like, I feel like I put my heart and soul in this documentary, and it's my first one. And I usually do photography, but now just after doing that one documentary, I want to do another one. So if any listeners out there wants a documentary, you know, hit me up, because I'm really passionate about it. And it's not, when I do a documentary, it's not about me, it's about the message. And I want Cadence Grace, that's her name, say her name, Cadence Grace. She lived 12 perfect days, and she's back in heaven now. And I want her story to be like her purpose, you know, and it is. And her purpose was, if it wasn't for her, I would have never met them, and I would have never discovered this love for documentary. And you know, it was just a great experience. And rest in peace to Cadence. But yes, it was just beautiful though.
So let me tell you this. That day, so okay, we was having a little heart to heart, and I was kind of strapping for money too, but I was just like, yo, I'm hungry. Let's go get sushi. I got you. Don't trip. Then we ended up going to Starbucks, having our conversation got better, and that's how we started talking about the music and stuff. We started talking about the documentary. She shows me the documentary. Mind you, she tells me I'm the first person to see it, right? She's not fully finished, but she's
towards the end.
Towards the end. When I tell you that I cried, I freaking cried.
Yes.
Like,
I wasn't even looking at you the whole time, and I looked at you when you were done, and I just see tears like on Vanessa's face, like, what? Like, I didn't mean to make you like cry like that, but yeah, that's just what happened.
It was so powerful.
Thank
and
you.
And not to say that I didn't expect that from you, but again, like you said, it's your first time ever doing it, and I've watched tons of documentaries on other stuff, of course, but like just how you did it, and just like the little camera tricks, the fade in, fade out, all that stuff. I was just like, oh, you did this.
And I added the things. I added the 12, and then I added the blip of what the disease is. So
I gave a few little, you know.
Let me put her in the credits.
Oh, you don't got to, but I mean, I'll say it. You know what I'm saying? But it was really powerful, and it was beautiful. The message was beautiful. The mom and the dad were very positive about the whole situation. And shout out to you, because that you over here passing out and stuff like that.
I passed. Okay, let me tell you, quick story time. Do a little ding ding. I want ding me. Story time. I'll tell a story. You know, I'm not ashamed no more. I survived. So let me tell you the story about how I passed out in a delivery room while someone was giving birth while I was working for them. So I didn't pass out like during like the whole thing, but I saw everything. I saw the baby come out, saw everything. And I go over to the right, and this is at Balboa Hospital. There's like a chair just for like, you know, her guests or whatever. It was like a nice sofa. I was over there just so I can get out of the way of the nurses and the doctors. And I look down and I see the placenta. And I never seen a placenta. And I just remember looking at the placenta. And like I pulled my collar a little bit because it was hot. And then I just remember black and boom, like I just hit the ground. And I'm 5'10", 5'11". So I knocked out. And like Danae, she was like, are you okay? Like, she was just staring at me, and then the nurse was like, get her apple juice. So, yeah, that's it. But I passed out. That was the first time I've ever passed out, and I don't ever want to do that again. Like, I didn't even feel it, though, but I know if I was, like, conscious, like, I would be in pain, because I hit the ground hard. So, yeah.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
But I got back up.
Hey, dust yourself off and try again, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's amazing that
Thank
you're
you.
able to do that, and that you found another passion within other stuff that you are already doing.
Right.
Oh, shoot, I had my train of thought and it just totally slipped my mind. You might have to edit this because I don't. Dang, what was I gonna say? What was I gonna say? Fuck, man, I forgot.
I'm sorry. If you come back to it.
Yeah, if it's important, I'll come back to it. Oh yeah, I'll just like. Damn. Okay, music. Oh, then you said you also, sorry, back to listening to the music. You also said that you slept on the other side of the bed. What made you?
Yeah.
What made you want to, like? Was that like?
So weird.
Did you like say, "Hey, I'm gonna sleep on the other side of the bed," or it just so happened to happen?
Sometimes I do, because usually when I edit, I'm one of those people. I need a desk. Like, I don't have a desk, so I edit on my bed, and like my bed's next to the window, and I leave my window open so I can have air, just so like know. And I sit up really straight on my bed because I don't have a desk and I need a desk. But since I usually sit on that side, I was editing so long, I was like, I'm gonna just go to sleep, and I slept on that side of the bed, and then you guys just switch it up sometimes. It feels so different, like. A couple times a week, sleep on the end of the bed and then like just flip sides.
Yeah.
And like I felt refreshed. So I don't know if that had anything to do with like my creativity or whatever, but I felt like different. It felt like I was on a different like bed. Like, cause like when you wake up, you don't see the usual, like when you look up. So yeah.
Okay.
Good.
So I had to use that filler because now I remember exactly what I was saying.
Yay.
Okay. So every year for the last how many years? 2 or 3 years, you've been going to Sedona, Arizona for the retreat,
about
right?
3
years, right? So this year you weren't gonna go, and then last minute, like just on a whim, you ended up going.
Yeah.
Please explain to our listeners what the retreat is about, and then maybe we can see if we can tie that into what's been going on.
Okay, it's cool. So shout out to my friend Imani and and her mother Beverly Kearney. Beverly Kearney, she used to coach, I think she still does, at University of Texas, Auburn, all sorts of colleges. She's really well known in the sports track and field world. And she is also like a spiritual, I don't know, like she's more of like a counselor, I would say. And she helps help just give you the steps, and then, she kind of just lets you go. So in Sedona, Arizona, there's a mountain called Bell Rock Mountain, if you guys never heard of it. And it's an energy vortex. So once you go into Sedona, you automatically feel that energy. If you see the trees on the mountain, the trees are twisted down. And that's because it's such high energy that the trees grow down. So it's real. It's not just like a spiritual thing. It's a physical, it's science, It's so, a lot of people go there to meditate or to manifest. And that's what the retreat is. So we actually hold the retreat, like our hotel, it's in Scottsdale, I think. And then we drive over. It's like an hour, 45-minute drive to Sedona. We do the little meetings just to get all of our energy out, get all of like what we want. Because you don't want to bring any negative energy to the mountain, because it's so strong that, if you come there with a bad attitude, and you just you're setting yourself up for failure. So
and wasting your money.
Yeah. So if you guys ever go to Sedona, go to Bell Rock Mountain. When you're in Sedona, hit the city Sedona, and it'll have like a sign saying you're entering Sedona, so you can that's when you start to clear your mind, and you just start to think of all the good things in life, and you try to think of what you have minus what you don't have. A lot of people go there and they're like, I want money, I'm asking for money. And instead of asking for money, you should ask, what skills can I have more skills or more confidence so that I could do more, network more, make more. Like, it's not like you ask, like, can I have money? It's like, what are the skills to make me to the top, or what are the traits that I need to work on in order to be successful? Because like the way the universe works, you can't just say, I want to be rich, or like you actually really look at yourself. And that's why I really take out time of the year to go, because to me it's like my new year. Like it's my new year in July and it's hot and it's like it's beautiful. So if you guys ever want to know more information, just you can contact me about it, and I can always talk to Miss Beverly, and you guys can definitely be a part of it. We want it to grow, so yeah.
And I always say every year, like, I want to go.
Yeah.
But just with my job, it's kind of hard getting the time off. But
when the time is right.
And anything's possible. So like if I give in enough time in advance, then it shouldn't be an issue.
Yeah.
So the reason why I brought that up was because last year, what you wanted to manifest, I remember asking you, what is it that you wanted to manifest? And you said you wanted clarity and
I don't know.
Was the job thing part of the clarity, or
No.
was that something else? Because remember, you were battling between photography and the military.
Yeah, I was thinking about going to the Air Force, and I was like, what do I want to do? Like, because I used to get really hard on myself when I finished college, or when I was in college, because I was first one in my family. Like, my brother went to college, but he dropped out. My sister wasn't in yet, or she was just starting out. So I was like I'm the middle child too. So it felt like,
Shout out to J. Cole.
yeah, shout out to J. Cole. Love that
And to
song.
all the middle children like me.
Yes,
Hey,
love being a middle child,
hey.
honestly. But the thing is, it's like I wanted to show. I was kind of doing it, to be honest. I was doing it for my parents, you know. I was kind of like, you know, I wanted to do this just for them, but I realized that, that like I can do more. And where was I going with this? Oh, you're pausing.
Sorry,
I was
no,
like,
no,
what-
go,
what's
go. No,
happening?
keep going, keep talking.
So I asked for clarity, and me and my boyfriend, we were going through some things, and I was really scared because after I asked for clarity, like the real shit started happening in our relationship, and it was like, do I want to be with him or do I not? You know, and then I do, so we're good. So I'm single. I mean, I'm not single anymore.
like, wait,
not
hold
single,
up.
not single. James, sorry, sorry, babe. No, I'm not single. I'm taken. Taken. But like
Happily taken.
happily taken. So sorry, but the thing about relationships that I learned when I asked for clarity, it happened fast.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, I was scared. Like I thought he was gonna break up with me. I thought I was gonna but I realized like the love was like so much deeper than the other shit that like we just got through it, and now we're like we're so good right now. Yeah.
So I'm the type of person, like, when we have one-on-one talks, like, with anybody, like, I mean, I know I got a lot of stuff on my plate, but for the most part, when people tell me certain things, it sticks to me, and it's, like, kept in the back of my head. And this breeze is so bomb right now. Do you feel that?
No.
I feel it on my end, maybe because all this positivity is going on. You know what I'm saying?
Now I feel it because Mark was in the way.
So, okay, so last year at the Barber Fest, we had Amelia be our videographer. She took pictures, videos, and stuff like that, right? Mind you, she told me this stuff because it's always in July, right?
Yeah.
It's always in July. The Barber Fest was in August. So we're having a conversation, and she's like, oh my gosh, I just received an email for like a photography interview.
I just got a bunch of stuff that day.
She got that. Then also someone at the Barber Fest was like, hey, like wanting to do some photography stuff with her as well.
Yeah.
So I told her, I said, that's your answer. And she was like, what are you talking about? I was like, remember, you wanted to know if you should pursue photography or Air Force. And I was like, that's your answer right there. You're like, oh my gosh, I didn't think of it.
Then I doubted myself again. And then I'm back to that. Because you're right. But that's so trippy.
Yes.
That's so trippy because like I feel like when you know something in your heart, like it's just gonna happen. Because like even when you think, you know what, I'm broke right now, the odds are all against me. Like, you know, if you really have that drive, it's gonna happen because that's just your purpose, you know? So I think you're right. Like, especially looking back, it's like, and even with the Jig Is Up podcast, I started actually doing some video for them, for you guys, you know, and I was always like, I don't really like video. Like, video is so like boring. Like, and now I'm like, I love video, and like I want to do more of it, and like I'm good at it now. So honestly, like when you guys asked me to do it, I was nervous because I was like, I don't like really know exactly what I'm doing, but like the fact that y'all gave me a chance and believed in me, it went from that was you guys were my start in video. So you know what, shout out to y'all, because like I'm telling you, shout out to you guys, because like now that I'm thinking about it, with Danae for the documentary, she asked if I ever done video, and I was like, yeah, I did video for the Jig Is Up. She was like, well, if you did video before, like you obviously know enough. And I was like, okay. So if it wasn't for y'all, shout out to y'all. Shout out to everybody from the Jig Is Up. You guys are great. So yes, that's how I got my start. Really, that's funny.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah. So then, fast forward back to this year. What was it that, I know I asked, but the listeners don't. What was it that you that you manifested on the mountain this year?
Okay, this year I asked for, and I don't mind sharing it. Some people don't like sharing, but I don't mind. And you don't have to share. Just another thing, guys. If you go to the mountain, you're not obligated to tell anybody, you know, what you did. But for me, I asked for consistency. I asked to like give me the strength to do confidence to do more stuff. Like every Tuesday night I'm going up to LA to do a dance class, and I love it. Like I just want to do more activities. Like I'm going to Creative Mornings tomorrow. Are you going?
What is that?
Creative Mornings. It's like this thing. Like they have. It's like a big networking thing. Shout out to Creative Morning. I love creative. I first started going because of the Art Institute. That's the school I went to. Yeah. So basically, like, you can meet other people, and it's usually an entrepreneur or somebody talking. Like, just it's really inspirational, and it's free, guys. So they're hosting it tomorrow. I think it's where's in Point Loma? Where the Marine Corps base is. What is that called?
Do you know?
In Point.
Do you know where it's at, Dashe?
Liberty Station. That's where it is. Yeah. So. I think it said Dewey Road, something Dewey Road. It might be that. I don't know the exact name, but when I go, I'll obviously see the address. But they don't always have it there. Usually they have it sometimes they have it at the WeWork building downtown. It just depends, like, on the day. But it's usually on Fridays, and it's free, so you can always come and network and meet new people. And even if they're not in the same field as you or same industry as you, you never know who could be your next client, or if you need a client, or if you need to hire somebody, this is a perfect event. So I encourage all, like, young entrepreneurs, anybody that's trying to get their foot in the door with anything, like, to go to Creative Mornings. Like, even if you don't care about what the person is talking about, you will meet people, and it's just a fun experience.
So that's dope. So consistency. So you asked for consistency, and remember, your job was very inconsistent.
Yes.
And like I said, it's just crazy, because if you guys had to be there last Thursday having this conversation with her, literally $4 in her account, and just talking about just like almost going through depression mode, and then from that to...
Thank God for Zoloft. Because I would have literally had a break. If I would have had a breakdown. If this was like me last year, I wouldn't. And the thing about struggling that I realize, especially now, like, if you don't struggle, like, the struggle is a lesson. Because once you're in your spot where you have money and you good, I ain't gonna do that again. I'm gonna make sure I have some extra money now. I'm gonna make sure I have my bills paid before I go out. I'm gonna make sure I do this.
Prioritize.
It's more of a lesson learned. And, like, that's why I don't really regret all the time. Like, I spend all my money. I don't regret it, because I had fun. First of all, I had fun. I'm gonna make it back. And also, like, what's the point of life? Like, if you just save all your money, don't spend it. But also, you have to be smart with it as well. But another thing, like, when you're stingy with your money, that's how, when you have that mindset, like, I'm broke, you keep telling yourself you're broke, you're going to stay broke. So you have to, like, if you're down on it, like, you know what, see, Vanessa bought me sushi that day. I had $4 in my account. She bought me $8 sushi. And, like, I enjoyed every moment of it. And I think, like, what a lot of people need, it would help everybody, is if you just...
For you to have a Vanessa,
have a Vanessa. Definitely have a Vanessa in your pocket. But like, positive thinking, guys, it sounds like a bunch of bullshit, especially when you're depressed, because I never want to hear that shit when I'm depressed. But when you really do, and, like, take the time and say, is it really that big of a deal? Do I really need to cry? Do I really need to be mad all day? When, if one downfall happens, just look at it as, like, a roadblock, as God or the universe, whatever you believe in, saying, let's put you on a different path. Like, don't look at it as, like, I'm sad at the end, because like I'm going back to Chick-fil-A where I used to work at, when I told
but at a promoted
at
state.
A better level. And sometimes one thing that I would like my advice that I give to everybody is that, like, when you're in your worst, remember that, like, because you learn a lot when you're in that low point, like, and then when you become a leader, when you become a person that people look up to, you already know the struggle, you already know how to help them out, because when you see other people struggle, you could be like, you know what, I was, like, in the same position, but, like, if you just do this, and then everyone's mindset starts to change. And I think it's all about where your head's at.
And when I say she claimed that shit, she claimed it.
Before
She
it
had,
even happened.
right? She had 3 interviews starting. I know I keep saying 4 because
Yeah.
she did. Originally,
Yeah.
she had 3.
And I have
She's
one
like,
tomorrow.
she wanted 2 out of the 3. And then she was like, but, you know, I'm always open. I'm always open. Then after that, you know, each day I hit her up like, yo, good luck today. You got this. You got this. You know, she was like, okay, cool. And then and then just the mindset she had with even, okay, I'm gonna quit, you know, my job. She already said, hey, I'm already looking at something, you know, I got a job on the way. And this was before the interview, so she spoke that shit into existence, and she just made it seem like I got it. She claimed it. Then both of the jobs that she wanted
Want
second
me.
interview, they want her, they love her. Actually, all the jobs loved her,
Yeah.
but her 2 main ones,
Which was Chick-fil-A and the fish market.
Yes, she was
downtown.
talking about her hours. She's like, I hope that I could get this type of shift here, this type of shift there. Both of them was granted.
Yeah.
Like, I was just like, yo, like when I mean, because we say it all the time, oh, I'm gonna speak into existence, I'm gonna speak. But when I actually see that shit,
Because
like,
I believed
for someone,
it. I
that
tricked
shit's
my
so
brain.
dope.
I like
that's how you do it.
Like, I'm telling y'all, like, just pretend. Like, life is really just like everybody's winging it. You're winging it. I'm winging it. My mom was winging it. My grandma's winging it. Everybody's winging it. Like, but I feel like once you just say, like, I got this. If you really just think you got it, you got it. Like,
Yes.
it's already like. No
But
one
you
can
have
tell
to
you
really
shit.
think it and not just say it.
Not just say it. You have
Because
to believe it.
our subconscious is the most fucked up and most beautiful thing ever.
Yes.
You have to train your subconscious to be your reality, and that's how things really start to manifest. And that's what's the hardest thing for people to realize.
And it's not gonna happen. Well, sometimes it does happen. Oh,
Yours happened in a week, so
okay, but the reason why
that sounds like overnight to
okay,
me.
yes, it happened in a week. But the whole time, like going through this, guys, like I've started changing my mindset. Not even recently. I would say in recently in June. That's when I was really at a crossroads. I was like literally texting my recruiter. Like,
How many times I hit a
and I was like, dang, stop bothering me, because I'm not ready to stop smoking either. But I wasn't ready to go to the Air Force. Like, seriously, I knew I wasn't ready for the Air Force, because I knew I would have had to at least quit, smoking. And I was like, I love, but no, I know it's not for me. And also, like, I just knew, like, there has to be something. Like, it's not the end of the road for me. Like, too talented, too young to, like. And no offense to anybody in the military, though, but like for me, I felt like that wasn't my path. So, and I stuck with that. I'm glad I didn't sign those favors, because I would be probably going next month.
Right?
So
miserable. But shout out to you for that, and just taking that leap and quitting even before you had it. And I talked about it before too. Shout out to Dashe. She did, she worked at her job forever, like I have, maybe not as long as I have, but she probably would have had she not quit. And she went to pursue her dream to become a DJ. And I am still till this day in awe, just the success that she's had from doing that.
It's cool.
And now it's my turn to jump the nest.
Yes,
you know
girl,
what I mean?
you got
So,
it.
but all of these stories from real people, not saying that celebrities and stuff isn't real, but I can't really connect because I don't know them personally. So when I know someone personally and they tell me these things, I'm just like, let's go, Nessa. Yeah. You got this. Because I'm sitting here giving positive stuff like, oh, you do that. Meanwhile, I'm sitting here being a hypocrite just in the same spot. You know what I mean?
You got it. Everybody has their own, like, everybody has their own pace. Like,
yes, definitely.
When I was in college, like, I was like the youngest for, like, I started college when I was 17. Like, I was a baby. Yeah. I started college when I was 17, turning 18. So my birthday is August 30th, so it's coming up. So I started the Art Institute in July, so I was still 17, but I just had one more month to be 18. And then, like, I thought, like, after I got out, I was like, I'm going to be a photographer. I'm going to start working, get my own studio. And I thought that was the dream. I thought that was my dream. And then as time went on and experiences happened, y'all got to be open to change. Like, and being a military brat, that's one thing I forced. Like, I have no choice but to be open to change. Like, I've been to, like, 3 different elementary schools, 2 different high schools, like, and just like having to meet new people, like, in different states. And like, also my family's all over the place. Like, I'm used to moving around and like having to adjust by force, not because I want to, so I think that's a vital part for everybody. A lot of people, especially like where I'm from in Virginia Beach, love the 757, but like, you know, there's people, and even in like anywhere you go, like that's lived there for their life, and they kind of like, it's nothing wrong with staying in the same city, same, you know, state, but at the same time, like if you kind of are in the same, if you're not doing anything different to push to elevate yourself, it's just gonna like, you know, like what's the point? You know, I feel like everybody has something special that they have, whether they notice it or not. It could be as simple as like you're good at giving advice or whatever. Like it doesn't matter if everybody has something, but you can't just say I'm just gonna like do this. Like you have to like be open and experiences happen. Yeah, definitely.
Well, that was lovely. We always have dope conversation. This time it's on wax. So I want to say shout outs and parting words. So my shout out obviously is to you for finally being on my show. Yay. I did ask her originally to be on my first episode along with Brittany to talk about their lock journey. And I was hoping to get a third person to just talk about all our different hair types. I think that was your first day you started at your new job.
Yeah.
Right?
I think so.
Yeah. So that's why you couldn't make it. Which, like I say, everything happens for a reason because then probably this episode wouldn't happen.
Exactly.
So that's okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, so shout out to you. Any shout outs that you have? I know you were shouting out throughout the whole episode, but you know.
Like a list now. Shout out to Vanessa, first of all, and Mark and Dashe, like for, you know, having me and like, you know, just like I'm so happy. This is the first time I've been on, well, no, I've been on the Jig Is Up, but like there were so many people on there. Love you, Marco, but you talk. I love you, but let you know. Let me shout out. We're getting in trouble. Edit this out. I'm playing, but
edit this out.
But you know, having a one-on-one with you was great. Shout out to Elena, my sister. Shout out to my friend Imani. Shout out to Miss Bev for, you know, the retreat, and shout out to my parents because my dad, he was like, shout me out, man. And I was like, so shout out to my dad and my mom. But besides that, and my boyfriend. And
you're gonna be in the Chi Town next week or next month, right?
Yes, I'm going to Chicago, y'all. And then we're driving up to New York for the Labor Day parade. If y'all haven't went in Brooklyn, it's lit. You know, if you're not Caribbean, like you gotta go and just party. Like I was crossfaded in the streets of Brooklyn, just like dancing and like living my best life. I'm gonna do that again. 22. I'm gonna be 22 in August 30th.
Be 22 again.
Yes. So, you know, but thanks for having me though.
You're welcome. And to be traveling at 22 and just discovering yourself. I'm barely discovering myself. I'm 33. My half birthday is in August 3rd. Hey. I do celebrate my half birthday. I'm weird like that.
I don't even know my half birthday.
Girl, it's just 6 months. You just gotta but really quick, consistency. Your full-time job.
Wait, what do you mean?
No, I was saying, remember you manifested consistency, and now you're going to have a full-time job, benefits, all that.
Yes. So, like, I manifested consistency, and then just to stick to whatever new thing I start. So with dance, I've been dancing with this girl. Her name is Ginny. But she goes by Ginny Official on Instagram. She's from Cameroon, I think. She teaches classes up in LA, and you could watch her video.
Free, right?
Well, the first one was free, but her classes are like $10, $15, and they're really fun. Even though I'm kind of a beginner. Like I know most of the steps, but it's just like I never really done a class, you know. So it's different. Like it's not like you're just dancing by yourself. Yeah. It's a class. So shout out to her because and shout out to my boyfriend because he's the one that told me about it. He's from LA, and also guys, go to LA because there's a bunch of things to do in LA as well. I love San Diego, but part of the consistency thing is traveling, like even if it's in the state, like just to go there and network up there because there's a lot of like artists up there and other podcasts as well. And you know, it's a nice little drive, like, you know, just going up there for like an hour or two. I'm just singing in my car, just jamming and, you know, and then having me time. So, guys, have me time because it's worth it. It like changes your whole mindset. Yes, well.
Definitely. Yeah. How are we on time? Good. Do you want to spit your rap?
Oh my God, I forgot about that. Oh no! Now I'm nervous.
Oh my gosh, we could do it for the Patreon episode if you'd like.
Yeah, we'll do it. Okay.
Okay.
For the Patreon or the
Okay.
if anybody wants to hear that.
Okay, so
Oh my
I love your personality. I love your personality. And you're a Virgo, just like Mark.
Mark, you're a Virgo. I didn't even
And
know
we're the
that.
Aquarius in the building.
Oh, wow.
I swear, like,
and my best friend's an Aquarius. My friend Destiny. Shout out to Destiny. She's an Aquarius.
you know what?
too.
Aquarius and Virgos are so bombed together.
Yeah.
Like Princess, my cousin, I love her. That she's a Virgo too. So me and her were like this, like
Yeah.
since oh my gosh,
And you know
20
what's-
plus years.
You know what's crazy? Me and my boyfriend, we're both Virgos.
Interesting.
And he's the first boy Virgo. I didn't even know Mark was. Now it makes sense because you had that. I knew it. But like Virgos are like, we're both like, all Virgos are either chill. We have our chill moments and we have our crazy moments, but only like people who really know us well know our crazy. That's why I'm so extroverted right here on this podcast. If like y'all met me on the street, I'd be like, hi, I'm Amelia. Yeah, nice to meet you. But like once I'm around people that I'm comfortable with, I'm just like an extrovert.
Yes.
So isn't that cool, right? And like my boyfriend's the same way. But I feel like he's a little bit more extroverted than me. But he's in the military, so like it's just maybe because like you have to like do that. So, but I think it's cool. Shout out to Virgos and Aquarius.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. So I like to leave the show on a good note. So I'm ending it with a positive affirmation. So tonight's affirmation is good things come to those who really want it. So let's get it. Again, good things come to those who really want it. So let's get it. With that being said, don't forget to check me out on the Jig Is Up podcast and chime in on my NSA segment. Also, stay tuned for a sneak peek of an upcoming Patreon episode. On that note, thanks for listening. Until next time, remember to always keep it real. Peace.
I just got my drudgery twisted and my eyebrows say on fleek. Imani, Sheena, Kim, Melena, all my bitches bad. We gon' pull up at your mama house and we gon' get your dad. Hey, I always been a good girl, but sometimes the hood come out. Got your baby daddy in my DMs trying to get some clout. Hey, I'm telling. Okay.